What's up, YouTube family? This is Jeff with a little bit of Everything Home Services, coming to you again with yet another video. So today, I want to talk about, I'm going to address you and talk about how to succeed in business. So you think either you're thinking about starting a business, you recently started a business, you currently have a business. Regardless of what your status or situation is, there's a few things to remember. So when it comes to the success of your business, you got to remember there is no I in team. You can't do everything by yourself. You know, I couldn't succeed in my business if I tried to do everything by myself. So when I got started in business, and I got rolling, a lot of key factors played in position with me, and that was my wife. You know, my wife, she was my secretary, she was my business partner, she bounced ideas off, and you gotta have that is so key to have somebody to bounce ideas off of you. When I was a manager, I had assistant managers, I had quality control, I had all other managers to bounce ideas off of, and for people to say, Jeff, that's been done, that's crazy, that doesn't work, or whatever, So, and it's always good to have a woman's opinion. Let's be real about it. They pay attention to certain things that we don't as men. So with it, it's funny how just the little things that help in your business, and you can't do it by yourself. You can try to do it by yourself, and you can succeed to a degree. But if you want to get it to that next level, you need to be able to have somebody in your corner. Currently, if you're starting a business and you don't have anybody in your corner, find somebody you can talk to. Find somebody you can bounce those ideas off. Somebody that you trust. For me, I did not always agree with everything my wife said. By any means, we had very different opinions on things. But a lot of times she was right on the money. From presentation to ideas for the business. Now, be granted, again, my thoughts and her thoughts sometimes, like I said, didn't line up. But in the end, it worked out great. I look at it. I meant to bring my phone with me so you can hear. I was willing to play my messages, but when I first got started, and you want to present that professionalism that you are. So with it, I had business cards made up, and I purchased a business line. And with it, all I did, family, it's really, really simple. All you got to do, I'll just tell you what I did. I had a prepaid plan. I used my prepaid phone plan for my business line. And guess what? It was a tax write-off. It currently still is a tax write-off. If you have a business, that's the great thing about having a business. I encourage everybody to have a business because you get amazing write-offs. You get great write-offs, So overall, I look, and my wife had that perfect voice of professionalism and sweet and everything else. And, she answered my calls. She made my appointments. She talked to the clients, and it worked out great. You can't do everything. I can't say it over and over. You can't do everything. So she did that so I could focus on the work itself. She would call me up and say, all right, you got a 3:00 appointment scheduled for a lawn at this location. This is the place. So, and I didn't have to worry about any of that. She took care of all of that. So, and then with it was professional. Someone called. They would call to schedule an appointment, and she would answer the phone. And be granted, it was just starting off. It was just us, and people thought that we was a huge company. We was a nice sized company. You called, you get the number, someone answers, you talk to someone, and she had my appointment scheduled out where I wasn't running into appointments where I didn't have time to get from appointment to appointment. That's something that I did my own self. And that was one of the things that we kind of bumped heads on. I'd be like, I'm taking this appointment over because I can put more appointments in this time. And she was right. You know, you got to take care of one client at a time. You got to have the time to do it and not overbook. You know, because someone's going to lose out when you do that. You know, so and with it, my business is a family business, and that's something you want to create. You want to create something that you can employ your family, that you can employ the people that you want to. You can create whatever it is. Don't forget your inspiration and your dream and your plan. Don't forget those things along the way, because you may have bumps, you may have obstacles and all that, but overall, don't forget that. You know, when I started, don't think you can't do it, because here it was. You know, when I started my business, I'm like, man, I had out of my 7 children, 6 of them was living with me at the time. My oldest wasn't. You know, he was off in college, but you know, 6 were staying with me, and we made it. We made it. You know, so it was a team effort. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of took over that whole appointment thing. Now I got clients calling me on my other phone and scheduling appointments because they've been clients for years. And anyway, I get it together. But overall, if you want to succeed, that's the biggest thing. You have to have somebody to bounce those ideas off of. You have to have somebody in your corner, somebody to push you when you feel like you can't go any further, and you get discouraged or whatever the case may be. But you gotta have that person. And for me, that person was my wife. Now, also the great thing, fast forward down, you know, I've had my sons work with me in my business, you know, and it was a way for them to make money and put money in their pockets. So you keep that wealth within your family. You know, and then I also was blessed enough for my daughter, you know, she started editing videos and got into editing and making videos and different things. So, you know, that was an employment opportunity for her on my business, for her to be able to take videos and edit them. And she does a great job. I mean, with it, you can see how busy I stay in my videos. I stay busy. I work a lot of hours, and they can get crazy sometimes, the amount of hours that I work. You know, but with it, family, I'm just telling you, overall, you know, don't try to do it by yourself. Have someone in your corner. You know, so and I'm grateful and thankful that I've had all kind of people in my corner throughout this whole adventure. You know, of my business. You know, from all of my children, my wife, my family. I mean, they've been supportive. Like, you can imagine, if you're working 14 hours, 15 hours a day, you know, and you're not spending a whole lot of time at home, you know. So, but my family have been very, very, very supportive, you know. So I just wanted to drop this quick video. I have other videos that you will see where I'm talking about, you know, myself, I'm introducing myself, talking about my journey within this business, and with it, I don't really talk a lot about family in that, you know. I focus on my specific journey, and but this time I don't want you to think that I got there by myself, because I didn't. There's no way I would be where I am today without the help of my family. So, not to go on and drag the video on, but overall, the takeaway is, if you want to be successful, the first thing is know that you can't do it by yourself, you know, and include family in that loop. And I just want to thank you for taking this moment out to check out the video, family. Have a blessed day. Talk to you soon.